Okay, so we're going to move on to the second 4 bars of our loop, and I'm just going to duplicate out the 4 that we created here. So I'm going to go to edit and duplicate time, and that'll just make everything that we just did on the next 4 bars as well. What we'll do is we'll just let the last 4 bars of our drums play out as normal. So I'm just going to copy them over. And we'll let the rest of it kind of stay the same with regards to that. So I'm going to go down to our bass. So if we just go minimize our effects and find our bass. And this last sort of segment here, this last bar is where I'm going to change things. I'm going to bring in like a string section to play in there. So I'm going to delete the bass that's there, and we're going to try and replace that with something else. Okay, so I'm going to minimize our bass group, and I'm going to insert a new audio track, and I'm just going to call it strings. And if you go to your effects folder, you've got string 1 and string 2. I'm just going to grab string 1, and we're going to drop it into that sort of gap at bar 24. I'm going to duplicate it round. We'll bring in string 2 for the end of it. And then I'm going to just drop in a compressor onto here, and we'll sidechain it with our drums. So go to our drums, kick drum. And I'm going to drop in a redux as well. Okay, so the trick here really is to be trying to create sort of times. What's the word? To create sort of segments of time where it's it's completely polar opposite to what's actually happening. So we've got this wee segment here of strings, which is completely different to what's just happened before it, and you want it to sort of snap in and out of these segments. So a way to do that is to not have the same things happening at that time. So I'm going to try and go in, move a couple of things around. So I'm just going to delete this track out, which we're not using. We're not using this one either. Okay, so we have a sort of overlap and stuff happening here, so I'm going to maybe take that back a bit. And maybe that distorted crash needs to come in later. Maybe you need to bring this to come in a bit earlier as well. And we can maybe try taking maybe bits of audio out. Maybe need to leave that in actually. Okay, so we're going to bring in another bit of audio, which will be our reversed vocal. Let's see where we put that before. Okay, so we've got it back here. So I'm going to grab a part of our reverse vocal and just drag it across to this second loop that we've got going. So we've got one in there, so we might as well put another one into this loop. And we'll try putting it in a wee bit earlier in the loop. Okay, so we can maybe do a bit of panning on that. Try putting in a couple of pointers. I'll pan it maybe way off to the right. And then this effect here, we can maybe have it coming in just panned off to the left and maybe panning into the center. So it just sort of throws things around. So you get that vocal wisping away off to the right, and then you get this sound coming in, sweeping in from the left. So it's almost like it goes around your head a wee bit in the mix. Still not happy with that part there. I'm gonna we can maybe play around with the redux in the second half, or maybe in the first half. So we'll maybe just key in a couple of wee distorted parts. There, I've just put in, I've literally caught the first sort of segment of that beat. Let's see what it actually is. It's it looks to be about a 32 or 64th there. And I've just grabbed that and duplicated it to get that sort of stutter. So Control and D will sort of duplicate that section out, and you get that kind of computer degrading. Done the same again there, just to kind of duplicate up that wee sound that comes in. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with what's going on in this one. We'll continue on with duplicating out this loop then again in the next video.